Hey y'all, it's me, Niecy Lynn. Patty is all in the pics this morning. She is. I put her a little box over here with a blanket in it, but she ain't looking like she wanting to get in it. So we'll see how this goes. This is Flosstube 128. This should be the 10th of June, 2022. Okay, she keeps wanting to scratch herself on my notebook here. Maybe if I take that down and move this over here. Let's see. We're gonna figure out a way to make it work with Patty yet, because she has decided that she needs to be in the middle of everything always. She hurt Kimmy's feelings yesterday, so she said, I don't think she loves me anymore. She does. She's forgot I'm her mother, and was crying. I felt terrible. She's something else. Oh, y'all, I hope you had a good week. It has been fun around here. We had all the kids on Wednesday, so we had all the fun. That was super fun. The girls came over and Catch came, and they were all, and I forgot to get I realized I didn't grab my iPad. I had some pics on my iPad, but we'll get to that later. I do have some whips. I have some finishes. Of course, I have mistakes galore this week. Prepare thyself for mistakes galore. It's been that kind of a week. This is my Easter house trio. These are some of the DMCs, some of the call fors, and then my Wicked Stepmothers are in here. This one is Old Gray Mare, and that's the one I've been working with this week on my Patriotic barn trio. I do think this is one of their newer like trio designs. I love it. Y'all know my dream is to live in a little red barn. So when I saw this, I had to stitch it. Just had to stitch it. And I've got an eyelash on, I can feel it. So I worked on it and got to start on the second little barn. I've got everything in a tangle messy here, y'all. So I've got Liberty and Justice. Are we on the thing here? Yeah. And then this is Old Gray Mare right here. And it is gonna make the most beautiful barn. So I've got Justice, my other word done, my barn is finished. The top of this barn, the roof, and then I've got my little hayloft here. So I just have to do the doors and then the rest of the building. And I'll have my second building finished. I'll probably work on that today. I've been, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I have an eyelash on my eye. I have been just kind of all over the place. I don't know what's going on. The girls were here every day, except for today, I think. No, one day they weren't. They weren't here on Tuesday. They weren't here on Tuesday. They went to the zoo with their mom, and then they went swimming with Jen and Lily and playing with them. So on Tuesday, I was here by myself. And I think that's the day that I mapped out one of my starts and worked on it. But I think I'm missing somebody that I worked on this week, but I can't think of who it is. So, but I love this guy. So dang cute. It's working up fast. I can't wait to get it finished. What I did was, one of y'all asked about the stitch count on my Easter house trio. I'm trying to figure out how to do this without. Right here on each one, where you should come to the corner like this, I've just added in an extra triangle right there. So you do your 2 stitches, and if this was the corner, you would have 4 stitches out here. I do my 2 stitches, I add in an extra little V here, one of these little chevron-y things, and then do my 2 and continue on across. And I have the stitch count somewhere, and I will get it. I will get it to you. But I did not, I thought I wrote it down right here. Maybe I did in another part. But it's a lot of fun to stitch. This red is beautiful. This red is for my barn. It is just the perfect barn door for me. And it's called Barn Door by Classic Colorworks. That's what I used on this red right here. And love it times a million. That is fabulous. And then this is going to be the other barn over here. This is Old Gray Mare by Wicked Stepmother with Frankie and Rhonda, if I can get everything to cooperate. It is going to be fabulous. The third one I think is white. Yeah, it's more of a white barn. It's white with kind of a tint of gray. I may use Love Letters in the Sand by Wicked Stepmother for it. But I love this design. We've got the salad going out. It's just Waxing Moon salad when you post. I've been horrible on my social media this week, posting anything. And I did post a reel with Aria yesterday. And y'all, she's so funny. She is the little business person. Always. And in case y'all don't have Instagram or something, I think you can watch it on Facebook too, but they have a little food cart like for their American Girl dolls here. I bought it at, I think I bought it at Home Goods one year, and they got it for part of their Christmas. But it, you know, you make little foods in it and everything. It has little fake foods you serve like it's regular doll size. And so she's cut up all this money out of green pieces of paper. And she says, Shug, the food cart is here and here's you some money. What do you want? And so I told her I wanted some corn on the cob because I knew she had a little play corn on the cob in there. And so I said, how much is that? And she said 15. And so I give her 3 little pieces of the green paper, and I said, those are 5 each. So there's your 15 for this. And she said, well, Shug, it's buy one, get one. And I said, oh, well, you know what? You take something over there to my neighbor. I don't need anything else right now, but take something over there to my neighbor, because Kimi was working on this right here. They helped me do my decorating. I'm so behind this week, but they helped me do that. And I said, take something over there to my neighbor. So she gets out a little play donut and takes it over there on a little plate to Kimi and sets it down. And she comes back over there and she said, Shug, that'll be $15. And I said, I thought you said it was buy one, get one. And she said, it is. Buy one, get one at the same price. I was like, well, my bad, because I did not clarify. I paid up my $15 for any of y'all that was wondering. I was dying. Dying. She's looking at me like, nobody said free. Y'all, she wears me out. She wears me out. Yep. Nobody said free. I assumed. We all know what happens when you assume. I worked on Button-Brenda, and I got, what you'll kind of see what I'm doing on it. I started filling in, and I thought, no, I'm going to go ahead and fill in my outline. And then when I'm tired, or when I'm, like if I take it to set at a doctor's appointment with Daddy, which we have one Thursday at 9:20. So he still did fine after the procedure. He just kind of took it easy on the weekend. But he's been doing good. But we have an appointment Thursday at 9:20 with Dr. Cowie, the oncologist. So we'll see him and see what the report said and everything. So I'll be going up there Thursday. So I thought what I would do, this is Button-Brenda by Brenda Gervais. It is so pretty. This one is really muted, but I've told you my bluebirds here are so bright. They are crazy bright. And so I have got both of my birds done, and then I've started outlining where I'll do the fill-in. You can see over there and there. I am super excited to get this done. It's very pretty. and it turns into a little needle book. It calls it a button card to keep your needles safe. So I guess you just like stick the needles in it. But from what I read, it opens up. Yeah, it makes a little booklet. I was double checking myself. You make a little booklet out of it. So I may have to check with Audrey. She makes all kind of little booklets and try to keep myself on track. But I love it. I've loved working on it, except that I use this. I love the look of this linen, but it's real fuzzy, hairy, and it makes it kind of hard to see. So sometimes I miss and I have to go back, and I notice it right then because it looks off. But on regular linen or even weave or anything, I don't do that. So it's just been a little bit of a kerfuffle, for lack of a better word. Anytime I've used this, I used it on my Home for the Holidays stocking. I did one of them with this, and I hated working on this fabric, but I have some of it, so you know, y'all know that person. I'm gonna use it up. Use it up, wear it out, make it do or do without. I don't know why that is always in my brain, but it is. There it is, stuck in my brain at all times. Oh, Patty's being a good girl now. She's in her little box. We'll see if she stays there and be's a good girl. I had a start that I gave myself a start. And then when I started it, I did not put my tag on here like I have been doing to tell myself how much of a border. So I set, because I had the girls here, and I cut it, and then I put fray check on the edges, and I did not put my little card on here. Dum, 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 dum. Which I had trouble to begin with. I should have known something was going wrong with my brain, because I started first to stitch on the wrong side of the fabric and started this way. The design runs this way. This is Baltimore Saltbox. And what I've done with the picture of it is any man's guess. Right there. I had it right here. It is beautiful. It was a gift. Thank you so much. I saw this and thought, I have to do this for my summer stitching, right? Except I had just used this because I had this piece and was just the size if I gave myself a small border. I forgot that I gave myself a small border. So I made my flag a little shorter. It'll be all right. I made my flag a little shorter. I'll square up the house a little bit and it'll be fine. It'll be fine. I love it. The colors are gonna be so pretty on here. So pretty. This blue is, the blue I've used so far is Fathom by Weeks Dye Works. The red is Louisiana Hot Sauce by Weeks Dye Works. And it doesn't have very many more colors. So I've pulled Summertime Blues to be my lighter blue by Wicked Stepmother. And I've got my Hey Jude, the reprise of Hey Jude, Hey Jude. And then I've got Woolly Swamp for my green, which I adore. And then I have a Grecian Gold and a, by Gast, and an Eggshell by Classic Color Works. The Eggshell, I'm not sure about yet. It doesn't have a lot of it. I may go back and use my Love Letters in Sand. I wasn't sure how light or dark this would show up. So I'm gonna turn it this way so you can kind of see the colors on here. I love this. This is Floss and Fabrics 32 count country mocha linen, and it is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. So pretty. So this is gonna be gorgeous on here. I'm so excited about stitching. I'm just so excited. But this thing is gorgeous. But what I'll do is I'll just take part of this house off and square it up maybe it was my brain doing it anyway, because it kind of, I don't know why I don't like it being wonky like that. I don't know. It disturbs my brain. So I will just take that off, and then we'll have this, and it'll stop right here. It'll be fine. But it's a beautiful design. It's probably, especially if you stitch it the right way. I don't know, but I haven't got, I don't guess I've got any Flosstube in this week. I've had the kids here and stuff, and so we've been doing fun things. The girls did, I started on this. I'm gonna try to hold it up here. And I'll make one for each of the kids. This is that finger knitting, but it's done with this. Yarn Bee. I think I got it in Hobby Lobby, I'm not sure. It's Yarn Bee, Eternal Bliss, 28 yard, 8 ounce, medium gray, something. I don't know what it is. Some kind of yarn. Yeah, it says from Hobby Lobby. I don't know what you call this, like chenille yarn or something. It's real soft. But I'd done, you know, the back and nearly got the front done of the little pillow that I started. The front is a different pattern. It's the loopy pattern, so it's got my brain kind of messed up. But I had this, I picked this up at the same time, and that's the bottom. We'll turn it this way, it'll be easier. And it was so fun to work on. So when I was doing this, they wanted to do some. So they had got some yarn at, we got that at Joann's. They each picked a color at Joann's of the loop yarn. And like I said, my iPad I left over there. But they each did a little Afghan for their American Girl doll. And they did it all by themselves. I sat here between them with one on each side of me and helped them with the turn on the corner. Because you know, it's tricky. You pull it through and then, you know, you don't use that one because you have to use it to turn the next time. So I helped them on their turns, and they just worked their rows back and forth, back and forth. They did such a good job. I was so impressed with how good a job they did. And they had so much fun. They just sat here and worked and loved it. And I love that they want to figure things out. I think things like this are good for your brain. And it is so pretty. And y'all, it's the softest thing. It is so soft. So I'll make one for each of the girls. This one will probably be for Catch, and I just got gray fuzz all over my black shirt. Probably not a good call. But it's been super fun to work on, and I've enjoyed it. I've left it, y'all are gonna laugh, I've left it laying on the bar over there. And so every time I go by, or if I'm on the phone or something, I go over there and sit at the bar and, you know, work on it a little bit. So that's worked out great when I was making a doctor's appointment and all kinds of things. So I was on the phone with the pharmacy. I just sat over there doing my little thing with it on the speaker. So that's worked out really nice. Really, really nice. Then I had this little project going on. Now I told you I was going to take it with me to the hospital because I thought it would be easier to see. And it was. It was much easier to see. I forgot to take my neck light thing. And so I wanted to push through and finish this. I haven't FFO'd it. Not sure what I'm going to do with it yet, but I haven't washed it. So you have to wash it to get rid of the blue like lines, because you know it just has the outline like on there. But it is from, I think I grabbed it at Hobby Lobby. Yeah, Hobby Lobby. It's a Bucilla kit. It was $7.99. And it was a fun little stitch, fast little stitch. I love the specialty stitches. Y'all know I love specialty stitches. It does not match my decor in any way, but we'll give it to somebody. I loved doing it. The rose, I'm trying to get up off my little garden stool there. The rose is a spiderweb rose. It has straight stitches, like satin stitches, the spiderweb rose, lazy daisy, French knot, outline. That may be all. But it is so pretty and so cute. So, so cute. I love it. Love, love, love it. So that one was really fun to work on this week and just pick up and kind of mess with. I thought next week, the girls, we would do a little bit of embroidery and see, and then I do a little bit of cross stitch, vice versa, whichever, and see, because they do like to stitch. They got out their needle books, and I grabbed, this one is Aria's, I didn't grab Keeney's, that Audrey Stitchy Witch 42 did her tutorial on, and like I said, ours are not near as cute as Audrey's, but they work just fine. So they each have a little pin and a little needle that they keep in there, and then they usually use my clamps if they need to stick something together, but they put this pin in the middle of it if they need to help hold the center. And they just stitch like this, up and down, but they make little pillows for their dolls and their hedgies and all kinds of things. So they like to sew, and I have a basket that all my scraps go in that are fairly decent sized, but maybe they're odd shaped or something, a lot of little ellipses and things like that, little weird shapes end up in there. And they will take them and just spend so much time just putting them together, sewing them up, and then they stuff them with stuff. Like I said, they made pillows, they made masks for their toys during the pandemic. They made masks for some of their toys, which we're still in the pandemic, but during the quarantine and lockdown times, they made masks for some of their dolls and their toys, and things like that. So they have had lots of fun with, and it's just stuff, like leftover stuff from whatever. And I just put it in the bin. It's just a basket, and I just fold it up and put it in there. Now, of course, if I went and got it right now, when they put it up yesterday, they did not fold it. That's something that we've got to work on, but they just cram it in the basket, but that's okay. They picked it up. And then Aria's was right on top, so I just grabbed it when I came by. But it is, it's in the drop down, the tutorial that Audrey does. It's a fantastic tutorial. Aria and I made these while Catch was napping week before last, or maybe the week before that, but in the time he napped, we got these done, 2 of them. So she was crazy happy to do it, and then she sat in my lap, we went around thing with the sewing machine and all. So she had so much fun, and I did too, and now she uses it. So it works out great. So if you're starting to sew with your kids or your grandkids, that's a great little tutorial. It's just made with scrap everything and toilet paper rolls. You don't have to have anything specific. You can use Elmer's glue, and I tore pages out of an old book. I think it's an old book on, must be on women's bodies, because it's telling about the use of selenium on this side. So there you go. But it was super fun. We had a lot of fun with it, and she just loved doing it. And y'all, before we go any further, I do not know what in the world has happened with the videos over the last couple of weeks, that it has cut itself off. I don't know what, I don't know why. I have no answer for what is going on with that. Hopefully it won't happen today. I hope. If it does, just know there's something going kooky on with my phone or something, because last week it just said bing. And of course, me, I'd been talking for a few minutes before I even realized that it had gone off. And I looked up and I was like, oh, why does that say 00? So I'm trying to keep an eye on it to make sure it's still working this time. And because I don't edit, then I can't go back and fix anything that's happened. So at the last couple of videos, we have not got these done. So I'm going to I guess I'll read them off and then I'll hold it up. Let's hold it up first. So this is the last, I didn't do any shares last week because it cut off the video, right? 127. But 125 and 126 Flosstube, these are the shares. I'll hold this up here, but a lot of y'all probably can't read my writing, but you could probably stop the video and enlarge it. I think that's all on there. And I'll try to hold it somewhat still for a few minutes. And then I'll read them off here real quick, okay? And then we'll do questions and comments that I've got over here. but I wanted to be sure and get that in. Okay, we've got the Arabesco goes to Chris Cerqueira. Is that your name? Cerqueira or Cerqueira? Cerqueira. I'm not sure which one, but Chris, Cerqueira. This design goes to you. Old Glory, Carla Rigel, R-I-G-E-L. Fall and Winter Cats goes to Connie Erickson. Let's see here, who else we have next? I'm trying to go down the order. The Pumpkin Patch goes to Josie Connor. I don't see that one. Where is it? Okay, I'll have to come back to Marriage Sampler. Oh, I must have put them on the bottom because they're a big thing. Okay, there we go. Marriage Sampler goes to Mom Stitcher, M-O-M, Mom Stitcher. Wisdom of the East. Oh, this is so beautiful. When y'all stitch this up, please send me a picture of this stitch because I bet it is just breathtaking. Wisdom of the East goes to Catherine Ryan. The Pooh Bear kit here, which is a little Pooh sampler. It's so cute. So Piglet and Pooh walked hand in hand through the blustery day. This is adorable. It goes to Blinking Cat, if you'll holler at me. Now we have the Lindy Stitches Mouse, goes to Debbie Sisk, S-I-S-K. This is so cute, this little parrot, Biscornu, goes to Roxy. I love this. The Season Blessings 2 goes to Bonnie Sheffer. One More Stitch goes to Gwen Imbardino. And then the Mill Hill kit that I started, oh, that was the other one I put a few stitches in and I did bring it in here. This is so pretty. It has this beautiful little button in here. It goes to Carol Kistler. So I wanted to be sure and get those in case the camera decides to do something naughty again, like Patty, who's being naughty and sitting here wagging her tail in my face. That's rude. Go to your box. Look, I made your box. She cares a lot, I can tell y'all right now. Lord have mercy. Okay, Phyllis was asking about, and I do remember to grab it right here. I'm not sure what size needle came with this. It came with the one for the pearl cotton. She wanted to know what size needle for pearl cotton. When I looked it up, it says embroidery needle size 3 or 4. But embroidery is like, that one's sharp on the end, okay? I think when I bought them before, and I couldn't find the package, I don't know where it is, but I think I bought Primitive Gatherings Big Stitch size 5. Primitive Gatherings Big Stitch size 5. And it's made for like pearl cottons and if you're using on any kind of stitching or like edging a quilt or anything with it, it's for that. And I swear that's the ones I bought. So they're saying a 3 or 4, but I think I used a 5. So I don't know. So you might look at them and see, but you definitely have to use a threader, or I had to. I couldn't thread it without using a threader when I used a pearl cotton. I had to use a needle threader every time, so for what that's worth. Annalie asked about my shirt last week. I kept trying to paste the link to you for the shirt. I got it off Amazon. It is just a peach t-shirt, but I have 2 or 3 in the same color, in the same style, different color, because it is real soft. It's a real soft t-shirt, and it doesn't have a lot of nylon in it. Like this one has more nylon than I like, and so it's kind of silky feeling, but they're hotter. I swear they're hotter. But these, I have a purple one and a kind of a peachy colored one. And I'll try again. It never would give me the link yesterday to paste it on your comment. I'll go back and try to do that again this afternoon. But I just got it off Amazon. You might try women's pocket tee or something like that and see what it gives you. Because it has the little pocket and then the cuffs on the sleeves fold up. And I love them. They wash really good and they wear good. They're fabulous. And Audrey, yes, the girls did use their needle cases this week, so thank you for that. And y'all holler if y'all do that tutorial because it is super fun. Aria loved it, and now Kimmy wants to do one and to give to people. So they said if they did those, they could give them to people. And so yes, we've got the toilet paper roll saving right here going on, so that they're gonna make these for some people they love. So thank you, they loved it. And y'all, last week, it wasn't Patty. I don't know what stopped it, but maybe it was Patty's magic. Maybe she was just ready for me to get done. Because yes, several of y'all, Gina and Debbie and Teresa and Amy and Linda and several more, asked about the video and was it Patty? And but no, it was the weirdest thing. Sometimes if I don't keep my phone cleaned out real good, like it gets too much storage, it doesn't have enough storage, there's too much stuff in the storage. And it'll, say storage full and it'll cut off or something. But I had cleaned it up and I don't know. I don't know if something, I don't know. Because it's not on the internet while I'm filming it. So I don't know what it did, but it sure did. But maybe it was just Patty wanting me to get done because she certainly did need some attention. Charles, I love Fig Newtons. I love Fig Newtons. Like I said, my grandpa, he had one of those black lunch boxes that had the domed up lid like this. I wish I had that thing. I don't know whatever happened to it. He worked for the soil conservation, always. He worked in the oil field, and then when he went into the Navy, I'm sorry. I use Army as a blanket term. He was in the Navy, he was in the Seabees. And then when he came back, he was in World War II in Korea. When he came back from Korea, he went to work for the soil conservation. And I think either before or in between, he formed and did some oil field work or something, but their family always had a farm and everything. But when he came back, he went to soil conservation to work for them. And so he always carried his lunch. He always had the big lunch kit with this, lid, and he had the, a thermos thing in the top. He only drank water and coffee. That's the only things he ever drank my entire life. He drank coffee at breakfast. The rest of the day, he drank water. That was it. He didn't drink iced tea. He didn't drink Coke. And he sure didn't drink no alcohol. Y'all, I'm going to move y'all a little bit. I think Patty may have bumped us. Yike. There we go. Okay. Ooh, I thought we were about to fall off the edge there. I think I told y'all he and his brothers had made a big old barrel of beer. And Paul, my papa's daddy, found it and made them drink it. And they drank it and drank it and drank it, and then threw it up, and he kept, and so finally he let them stop because, of course, none of them died from alcohol poisoning. But it was green beer, so it wasn't done yet, and it did not taste good. And so ever since then, the smell of beer made him super nauseated. And that's the way I am with Earl Grey tea. I got sick one time, I got a virus, and I had Earl Grey tea, and I threw it up. And ever since then, I love it, and I love the way it smells. But when I smell it, it makes me feel kind of nauseated. I don't know, it's a weird thing. But so he had that, and then he had Fig Newtons. And he would take a sleeve, because he was gone all day. So he took his lunch and everything, and he had a sleeve of Fig Newtons that he carried with him every day. And he didn't eat them all, I don't guess, but there would always be some in there. He would always have some Fig Newtons saved for me because I loved them, and none of the other kids did. But there's nothing better than a Fig Newton. Boy, there was a rabbit hole, wasn't it? Oh, and I hope your mom's eyes are doing okay. She had to have her eye surgery, so I hope she's doing all right. Mimi's had one of hers done, but not the other one. And Jenny, oh my gosh, Jenny said that the lady in line, the lady at the tax office with the cookies, she said that that they come there to pay taxes. She works in there. And she said, I don't know that I'd want to eat anything that people bring me because we're making them pay their taxes even though it's not really us. I didn't even think about it like that. Because ours too, you pay taxes there and your car tags and all that. So I never thought about it that way, Jenny, but And she was laughing about Jeopardy because she said her brother-in-law, back in the day, there was a delay on some of the TVs. You know how sometimes one of your TVs in your house would be a little bit ahead of the other one? And he went in the other room and was getting the answers and knowing them all and tricked them all. So he was a genius. I don't know if that was a good genius but he was a genius. And Gwenda, I will get the stitch count for you on there. I think I added in an extra, no, take off 2. So I think there's only 2 extra stitches added to the whole stitch count across the top. But I will let you know for sure. Kathy, I'm sending all the love to your niece and them down there in the Uvalde community. I can't imagine if it was that close to home. It's rough enough without. Oh, and I put up the row of bunnies. The row of bunnies that was right back here, several of y'all asked about it. It is called Cottontails. Where's my pen? It's called Cottontails, and it is out of there used to be a magazine called Cross Stitch and Country Crafts, and it was in that magazine in the September-October 1987 issue. So September-October 1987, because it came out like every 2 months. And on the cover of it, it has a little nativity that you could stitch. So that's kind of also how you know, but it's called Cottontails by Diane Brassfield. And it is fabulous. Several of y'all said y'all stitched it when it came out too. And it was so cute. Motivated Miss Stitcher, yes, times 100, power to infinity, yes. Sylvia, thank you for loving on our babies and still going in to teach. And Eileen, who was a teacher at a school, she was a teacher when there was a school shooting. Thank y'all for still doing your thing and going in. I don't know, I used to sub some, and I don't know that I could do that anymore. I don't know that I could. I don't know that I would not be a wreck all day. Adrian, I did not know they had Jeopardy on cruises. She said she won Jeopardy on a cruise. Y'all know I play every day and I love me some Jeopardy. And I'm always never gone on a cruise because I'm so claustrophobic. And so we don't know if I could sleep or not. And then James Williams had to throw me overboard because I'd, be, of course now I have to take a sleeping pill to sleep anyway, or a Doxepin. But without it, I don't sleep at all. But that's hormones. Thank you. But that's all. So now maybe I'd sleep anyway because I take the stupid Doxepin thing. So anywho, Jeopardy on a cruise. Now that might get me on a cruise if I could get Jeopardy on there, because I did not know you could go on there and play Jeopardy. I didn't know they had games like that. That is fabulous. I knew they had shows and stuff, like when you go to resorts, they have shows and things, but I didn't know, and they have games during the day, but they've never had a Jeopardy anywhere I've been. They're usually drinking games or something, which I can win those too, but, and Kat in the Mitten, she said that the cookies at the tax office, that Vicki should have shared them with the rest of us in line instead of giving them to the worker people. She said they was getting paid to be there. The people in the line had to suffer for nothing. It's true. It was a long wait. Like I said, it was, the guy over here was doing some kind of title something, and it was an issue with it. And, not his fault. I mean, and not their fault. And they even have a little sign up that says if you're doing title transfers or if you're doing something else, you can't do it during certain hours, like right before lunchtime and right before close or something like this. So, but yes, yeah, I could have eaten some of those cookies. I ain't gonna joke. And Vicky, yes, I think the Patriotic barn has been without the Waxing Moon Patriotic barn. Is like one of the newer ones within the last year or two, because one of y'all said y'all were stitching it and I had to go find it because I was like, what? I didn't know they had a barn, and I loved it, and I've been loving stitching on it. Ernie, I used to iron my daddy's handkerchiefs too. That's how I started learning to iron, was my daddy's handkerchiefs. You know, you would, you know, the little squares, and my daddy still carries a handkerchief, and he still irons his handkerchiefs. But that's how I learned to iron way, way back, was ironing on his handkerchiefs. And I'll never forget it. And then it made me think about, and I didn't know if any of y'all used to do this, or any of y'all's people used to do this. Okay, my mama, of course, everything down here, people down here like their stuff starched, okay? They really like it starched hard. I mean, I've talked about it before. James and Keely's jeans, they have a wooden thing that they poke down the leg to bust the starch apart after they get old, because I mean, they're like cardboard. But my mama would not be able to get all her ironing finished, but she used wet starch. So, you know, you put it in, like on the clothes when they're wet in the machine, if I remember right. She put it in the wash machine. But anywho, they're wet. And so then you need to iron them while they're wet. So if you can't get done, she would put them in the freezer. Sure did. And take them out. And when they thaw out, then they're still wet, she could finish her ironing. I didn't know if anybody else's family ever did that, or if that's just my mama. But if she couldn't get her ironing finished that day, if they had to go do something or go to the doctor or something happened, she would put it in a plastic bag and put it in the deep freeze. One of them big chest freezers, you know, open like that. And there would be a sack of my daddy's shirts in there waiting to get ironed up. Oh, and stitches with vodka, yes, I will be the person with the cookies. I'll take some for the workers and for the rest of us in line, because Lord have mercy. I do like to cook, and I do like to share food. And so yes, that I will be the one with the cookie. And Lori, I don't know, I hope it's not fuzzy again this week. I've got my lights on, but somebody else said last week they couldn't hear me, but nobody else did. So I don't know what's going on. So y'all let me know if I look fuzzy or weird, or if you can't hear me, because one person said they couldn't hear me last week. So I hope all y'all could. I don't know what was going on. There has been weirdness abounds lately. Weirdness abounds. I talked to Ann this week, and on account of Miss Ann, 2 of the shares this week are baby samplers, because she found out that one of her granddaughters is gonna have twins, a boy and a girl. So how exciting is that? I thought that was so exciting. She called me because she takes such good care of me, because she said, I haven't got your Easter house trio yet, and to be sure it hadn't got mailed, it got lost in the mail. And I said, no, because, so Charles, Ann, Christina, several of y'all are waiting on something for me, and I have not got it in the mail yet. I mailed my thank you cards. I put them out here, because I just put one stamp on them, right? I don't have to go in and have them weighed or anything. So I haven't got inside this week. So those, anything that had to be weighed to see how much postage did not get out. So, but I was so excited when she called and when I was talking to her and she told me that. So we're gonna have a couple of shares this week for baby samplers. The first one is Heart in Hand. It's called Wee Baby. If you're interested in this one, use the word baby. B-A-B-Y, baby. The next one is this adorable Lizzie Kate one. It has some little charms and buttons in here. It's called Lizzie Kate Baby Sampler. So if you are in need of one of these, you're going to get to do a baby sampler. Lizzie Kate. Use the word sampler, S-A-M-P-L-E-R. And since we're on the I saw this and I thought, I love this and I want it, but I haven't got it stitched up yet. So Count Your Many Blessings and name them one by one. So Count Your Many Blessings by Lindy Stitches. It is beautiful, but I have not got it stitched. And a baby is always so fabulous. So we're gonna do Lindy Stitches, Blessings. Like this word, blessings. I love this. Oh, and she does like I do. When I journal, I list 3 things I'm excited about every day, but I also list 3 things. First, I list 3 things I'm grateful for every day. She does 5. I do 3 and 3. 3 I'm grateful for and 3 I'm excited about. Then I thought of babies always make me think of spring. And I have stitched this one and I don't have it's on the mantle. Like I said, the girls helped me pick. And so this is Spring ABCs by Little House Needlework. I have done this one and stitched it. I've stitched all 4 of these and they're beautiful. Spring ABCs by Little House Needleworks. Use the word spring right here if you're interested in this one. And this one just made me think of Bounty and a Happy Summer Kitchen. So this is a kit by Designs for the Needle. It's called Hometown. So you use the word home, H-O-M-E. This one has the chart and the floss and the fabric in here. 14 count Ada floss, a number 24 tapestry needle, and it is a large color graph. I can tell by looking at it. So it's easy to read. So it's not one of those little tiny ones, but it makes me think of a fabulous kitchen. A fabulous happy kitchen. So use the word home, H-O-M-E, if you're interested in that one. Those will be our shares for this week. Let me see if I had anything else. I may not have had anything else, guys. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Okay, I'm gonna try to jump up and go grab the iPad and we'll see how that goes. If Patty knocks it off or if it breaks or, you know. Let's see. Oh, please. Is itching now. I'm back in my ugly shorts. I love these shorts. They are slouchy and comfortable. Okay, I told y'all the girls helped me decorate this week and then I had Catch this week. So here he is in the hallway looking just like his daddy. I mean 100% like his daddy. He is looking like his daddy completely. And he got his first haircut. He got him a big boy haircut. Look at that. His little baby face is not so baby anymore. CJ was on the highway and an 18-wheeler in front of him blew out their tire. Of course, and now they don't always know, y'all. I had to learn that the hard way. When they blow out a tire, because there's 2, you know, they have the dual tires on each side, right? And so a lot of times they don't even know that they have had a blowout, okay? But it went under, it was probably several semis up, let me say this. And because he's down in Houston, and it flipped under and went under and tore all the underside out from under the car. He's able to put it back together. He was fine. He was upset, of course. He loves his car. He fixes it and works on it. And he's had it for, I guess, about 10 years. It's a Volkswagen. He's a Volkswagen guy. And So he was upset, but he made it home, got it all taken apart, and he'll be able to fix it himself, luckily. But of course, I mean, he didn't hate, for some reason, you know, it's just, I said, if that thing would have flapped up and gone through, it could have easily not only killed you by busting through the window, but you could have wrecked over into somebody else. So I'm grateful that if it had to happen, it happened, and CJ was able to continue on without wrecking into anybody else. He got the rest of the way home. He can fix it himself. Is it expensive? And yes, but no one was hurt, and he has the brains and the money to repair it. I said, for someone else, that could have been financially devastating. So always in something horrible, try to find something that's okay. And that was okay. So I'm sitting here looking at that picture, but we went on a walk, and there's baby Catch in there with that sun on his head. He was like, oh, he kept trying to put the sunglasses on. And here are him and the girls. Oh no, that's me last week. Oh Lord, why did it jump 10? I must have hit something. Yes, I jumped 25,000. Oh, here they, oh, I do have pictures since I got this. Yay, okay, here we go, y'all. There they are in their little pillowcase dresses that I made, their little pillowcase dresses. They came in and wanted to put them on right away one morning, as you can see by their hair. And then these are their little blankets they made. Aria's was pink, purple, and white, and Kimmy's was all white. But they did it all by themselves. I was so proud of them. And then Aria said hers could be a beard, and Kimmy said she was George Washington. So she decided to be George Washington with hers. And, oh, Sherry, looky there. She was working on your color book you sent, that you could color and change out the doll clothes. She said she was making Aria right there. Y'all, there he is after he got his hair cut. He's so sweet. He's such a good boy. Look at that. Look at that. But I grabbed this to show y'all here. That's what I was trying to show you. There they are. They're working at the table. And he is working on the floor there. He's just going everywhere. But here, they helped me redo the mantle. And so see, there's my summer ABCs right there. So you can see those up there. And then, I don't know if that's a better picture or not. They were such good helpers. And then Kimmy did my tiered tray. I thought she did so good. So good. So we had a lot of fun this week. They were busy helping. These are, I want to say these are Country Cottage Needleworks. They were kits. I want to say that the Fat Quarter Shop had them for a while. Lots of places had them for a while. I don't know if they're still available as kits or if they just re-released them as patterns. But Home of the Brave, Land of the Free, and Long May She Wave were the names of them. This is the Flag of Stars by Bent Creek. This is in one of the Blackbirds. I want to think it's called Le Poulet, maybe. But I love it in the way I stitched it. It's red, white, and blue. So I always put it out at, I think that's a heart in hand. I'm not sure, but I think 4th of July. Is that right? That doesn't seem right in my brain. It's called 4th of July though, I think. This is the Uncle Sam by Blackbird. This is Betsy Ross by Little House Needleworks. And like I said, Kimmy arranged all this by herself. I thought she did so good. Oh, this one got flipped upside down. Lord. I don't remember where this America came from, but it's a little bowl filler I've had a long time. I love it. And then that is my Patriotic House Trio. And I think that's what I did on all these. There is one, yeah, there's one V added. So you do 2 stitches, a V, and then the 2 stitches. And so of the 4 stitches, you only end up with 1 extra row, and it makes the little things on the bottom come out okay too. That's the one that Ann finished for me, y'all. It's so perfect. I love it. My gosh, it's so perfect. This is, oh, sit right there and be good. It's Brenda Gervais with needle and thread. And I don't remember the name of it. But it tells you how to do a little fancy. And then this is Welcome Summer by the Drawn Thread on there. If I was smart when I figured out, I'll go back and write it on the bottom. So cute. And it came with this fabric and came with this fabric in there, but I can't remember. I had to wait a while. Oh, because these boxes were hard to find. These boxes that you finished it on were hard to find. And I finally found one. During the pandemic, they got kind of hard to come across. But I stitched this last year during the summer, so you can probably go back and find where I stitched it and find all the info. But it's beautiful. It is so pretty. I love it. Love, love, love it. I'm gonna sit right there. We'll see if it sits there and be safe. Okay, I think that was everything. I wanted to show you what the girls did. And then we have the shares for next week. And then if you're one of the people who I named or who are on the list, let me know your address so I can get stuff in the mail to you. Patty and I are gonna put our things away, and I think the girls will probably come over for a while. Today, their mama was keeping them at her house while I filmed, even though I tell her they're fine. They're always fine here. But it makes her stressed thinking about them being here. She's afraid they're gonna do something. I'm like, it's a video, what can happen? But she's good. So y'all have a great day and a great afternoon and a good weekend, and enjoy your stitching. Bye.